October 16, 1964, China detonated its first atomic bomb. The bomb touched the surface of an area called Lop Nur, a desert so deadly, it's called the Sea of Death. For over a decade, Lop Nur was ground zero for dozens of nuclear tests. Its sands, scorched by explosions that pushed China from atomic to hydrogen bombs. In summer, the ground hits 158 degrees Fahrenheit, hot enough to burn skin in minutes. Stray a single kilometer off course, and dehydration or heat stroke can kill you in 3 hours. Locals whisper of ancient myths. This was the home of Mu, a Chinese goddess said to hold the secret to eternal life. History tells us, Lop Nur cradled the Lulan civilization, a Silk Road hub that vanished in the 4th century, leaving only questions. Some even claim a super ancient civilization, older than human records, lies buried beneath the dunes. But what really put Lop Nur on the map was the disappearance of a scientist named Peng Jiamu, a plant virologist who'd ventured into China's northwest 15 times. Peng led a team from the Xinjiang Academy of Sciences in 1980 to hunt for minerals in this lifeless void. Then, he vanished. Under a rock by their camp, they found his final note: "I'm heading east to find a water well." In an era before the internet, China launched a massive search unlike anything before or since, spreading Peng's name through word of mouth and paper bulletins until he was a household name. Why was a biologist sent to a barren desert? What did nuclear tests uncover that wasn't of this era? Let's dive into the shadows. On June 17, 1980, Peng's team was in trouble. Their water tanks were nearly dry. Gasoline could only keep the generator running for half a day, and they'd already radioed for a helicopter rescue set for the next morning. His note said east for a water well, but maps showed nothing but sand in that direction. When word of his disappearance reached the authorities, China launched its largest ground search ever. 12 helicopters swept low over Lop Nur's eastern dunes from dawn to dusk, navigating 30-foot sandhills to peer into crevices. On the ground, 3 teams with search dogs scoured over 2,000 square kilometers, 3 times the size of New York City. The searches stretched over a month, yet they found only fragments. Crumpled candy wrappers from Peng's favorite brand, faint shoe prints matching his boots on the salt crust, and an empty ballpoint pen. No tent scraps, no water flask, not even his geological notebook. Some speculated he fell into a hidden salt marsh, where liquid flows beneath a crust that looks solid, swallowing victims whole. But the team's geologists dismissed it. They'd scanned a 5-kilometer radius with instruments, finding only hard salt rock, no marshes. Peng had packed for a trek: compass, flask, biscuits, even anti-heat stroke pills. He was ready for a journey, yet chose a path with no water. What was he chasing? Why leave without a word? The team leader, who knew Lop Nur's dangers better than anyone, decided to head out alone. Fast forward to 2009. On China's early internet forum, Tianya, an anonymous post, blew up. A supposed veteran from a 1995 Xinjiang unit claimed his team guarded a restricted zone around Lop Nur. He dropped a bombshell. Peng Jiamu's disappearance is tied to something dug up from the ground. No details, just a hint. Hundreds of comments demanded answers. Then, a user named Gobi Watcher posted a chilling warning. Mention the double-fished jade pendant, and see what happens. Double-fished jade pendant. The term appeared out of nowhere, absent from official reports or survivor accounts. The veteran's account went dark profile grayed out. Posts silent. Was it an insider silenced by higher-ups? The phrase cracked open a flood of online speculation, like a forbidden key to Lop Nur's secrets. Soon after, another user, claiming to know investigation details, spilled a darker secret. Peng's 1980 team wasn't just looking for minerals, they had a covert mission to find an ancient ruin in Lop Nur's depths. In the 1950s, shepherds reported seeing glowing objects there. The team found the site and unearthed a palm-sized metal device etched with 2 entwined fish. They tested it at camp. A live crucian carp was placed in a tank. The pendant nearby, when powered on, the fish etchings glowed, and seconds later, an identical carp appeared. The 2 fish swam in sync, even bubbling at the same rhythm. When scientists poisoned the first fish, watching it die, The second flipped over, dead in the exact same way. In 1956, before China's nuclear tests, herders saw strange people in tattered clothes, moving stiffly, with pockets and buttons, reversed left on right, right on left. Found unconscious. Autopsies revealed reversed organs, hearts on the right, livers on the left, like mirror images. These sandfolk, legend says, were the pendants, misfired copies, broken echoes from another reality, the whistleblower's final claim. The massive search wasn't just to save Peng. It was to confirm two things. Did he flee with the pendant? Was this relic of unknown tech still in Lop Nur? The operation was a national security sweep. Find Peng, secure the artifact, or prove he'd defected with a secret that could change the world. The Cold War loomed. A defector with such a device could shift global power. In 2006, amateur explorers found a mummy near Lop Nur's Sun tomb. The desert's dryness preserved it perfectly blackened skin, intact facial features, clothes barely decayed. China's CCTV sent reporters and experts in archaeology and forensics. They checked three things: height, clothes, and DNA. The mummy's bones suggested a height of 5 feet 8, while Peng was 5 feet 9. Peng was known to wear a blue work jacket with gray elbow patches, but the mummy had a tan jacket with no patches. Finally, DNA testing using teeth samples showed no match to Peng's medical records. The verdict on national TV: this is not Peng Jiamu. Years later, renewed investigations uncovered a team log entry, found traces of super ancient human activity at the Peacock River Delta. Conspiracy theorists latched on. If Peng encountered relics beyond modern civilization, like the pendant, his disappearance makes sense. A man dying of thirst wouldn't spark a nationwide hunt, but a scientist with world-altering secrets would. In the 1980s, US-China relations were tense. If Peng held evidence of ancient tech, rumors of him fleeing to America weren't just gossip, they were plausible in a Cold War chess game. Peng Jiamu remains missing. Where is he? Do sandfolk and mirror people exist? What is the doublefish jade pendant? The darkest truth might not be ancient tech, but human nature. The most grounded theory: Peng, dying of cancer, was stubborn and driven by the era's communist devotion spirit. Supplies gone, team desperate, they urged a military rescue. A helicopter cost 2,000 yuan per hour in 1980. That was 3 to 5 years' income for a working family in a rationed, impoverished China. Peng, obsessed with self-reliance, refused to waste state funds, risking his life for science. But the desert breeds desperation. Tensions snapped. Some say a teammate killed him, forged the water well note, and called the chopper to end the mission, burying the truth in silence. The Sandfolk. A 1957 Xinjiang archive explains. Herders lost in Lop Nur ate Lop Ma, a plant with neurotoxins, causing hallucinations and organ perception errors. Patients felt their insides were flipped. No mere men, just poison's trick. Peng's name lingers on China's missing persons list. His note, "I'm heading east, to the water well," sits in the Xinjiang Academy's archives. Edges worn from display, pencil still sharp. 44 years later, the mystery endures. Peng's work in plant virology and mineral surveys built China's future, yet his vanishing overshadows it. Whether it's ancient relics or human betrayal, Lop Nur holds its secrets tight. Share your thoughts below what took Peng. Like, subscribe, and sleep lightly.